way down throughout the movie, or they've done some stuff to like take down like the lighting in the foreground or something. Like they've done something odd with it. And you can tell by looking at it that they've really like turned down aspects of the lighting, and it's really distracting. Like I think it's done for stylistic purposes, but it's kind of distracting because you've got scenes where a character is running down the street in broad daylight, but their shirt is blending in like with the trees, and like someone will be talking to somebody and you can't see their face. You can see the outside of like their head, the outside of their face, but not their actual face. Like it blends into the background, and sometimes with that you can't tell who is talking. Like the sound isn't great in it. Sometimes you can't hear it very well, but when you can't see their face because of the lighting, you really can't tell who is talking in a lot of scenes. And like there's one part where a character has taken a woman hostage, but it's so washed out that you can't see the woman directly in front of him. You just see him kind of pointing his gun at something, but you can't see who is there. It's really weird. And I gotta say, with the zombies having guns, the zombies are very bad shots in this movie. Like I seem to recall them being better shots in Nightmare City, but in this, they're running at people and shooting and not hitting like anything. Like they're running and shooting, they'll be 5 feet in front of a person and like can't fucking hit shit. So the zombies honestly really need to practice their shooting. They honestly should have done some target practice before going on their rampage. That would have helped them out quite a bit in their taking over the world thing. And another thing is the effects, and some of the effects honestly did impress me in this, because this is the kind of movie, especially in this day and age, when you put it in, you would expect the whole thing to be CGI gore. You just would, unfortunately. I mean, that's kind of sad. But you would just sort of expect that when you put this movie in. And it's not all like that. It's not all like that. There is a lot of fake blood in this movie. There is some spraying going on. Sure, there is some of it that looks like a fucking cartoon, but there's other things too. Like, you know, they rip apart a guy's leg and you see, like, you know, muscle being pulled out. And they did take their time on a lot of effects in this movie, and kudos to that. You don't see that a lot in movies nowadays, especially of this budget. So I give credit where credit's due on that. Some of it looks good, but some of it looks weird. Like there's some scenes with there's some blood scenes in this where where someone gets hit with a bullet and the blood looks like glitter. It looks like just glitter is spraying out of them. You know, I'll say this, at least that's unique. You know, that's a little unique, I suppose. Like, it just looks like, phew, like they shot, like, I don't know, a rave going on in the guy's chest or something. I don't know, there's parts where it's like kind of cloudy, like, ooh, poof, and it looks like their skin farted. And other parts too, like, you know, a guy will fall down before the blood comes out of him, or someone will get hit before the sound of the gunshot goes off. And so, I mean, some of it's kind of questionable, but there some of the effects look alright in this. Some of it do. It goes back and forth. It goes back and forth from, wow, that looks like shit, to did glitter just come out of that guy's shoulder, to, well, that's impressive. At other parts, like, it gets weird towards the end where they'll start, like, sort of freeze framing on stuff, like freeze framing on certain effect shots, which some of them probably shouldn't have been lingered on that long. Like, one guy is shot in the head and it freezes on that, and it just looks like somebody just painted a red dot right on his head, and it freezes on that. Like, really? You're gonna freeze on that? like I know I've done some crap effects before, but I'm certainly not gonna freeze frame on it. Just move past that and hope that nobody saw it. One part too, like a guy goes to shoot himself in the mouth, and then it freezes on that, and you hear the gunshot, because I guess they didn't have the budget to show, like, like that behind his head, or they'd run out of blood at that point, or glitter, or smoke, or whatever. So, I didn't like the movie. It wasn't as unwatchable as I thought it would be, but it's not my thing anymore. It's not. Maybe when I was younger, maybe when there weren't like 100,000 movies like this. Maybe, I don't know. But it did not hold my interest in any way, shape, or form. Maybe it would have worked as a short film. There's a short film I saw called Zombies and Assholes that was kind of funny. It had its moments in it. Some of the characters were kind of quirky and had some really good delivery, and it had some good comedic timing. And that was kind of funny, but that kept it short. Like, I couldn't picture that working as an 80-minute movie. It was seriously only like 15 minutes long, I think. This movie called Zombies and Assholes. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, I mean, it's not great, but for 15 minutes, it's got some funny parts in it. But this is almost a 90-minute movie, and as a 90-minute movie, no, really, it doesn't really work. I just wanted to do other things, like watch one of these other movies that will probably also be bad. Alright, so that's my thoughts on Fast Zombies with Guns. And I'll be popping up later throughout the week with some of these other movies too. And again, not just me talking about movies that I've rented. Even though I would like to spotlight more of these in the future, because not a lot of people talk about movies like this. And whether you like it or whether you like a movie like this, whether you don't, at least it's getting word out there that it exists, that it's on the shelves. If what I say makes you interested in the movie, then hey, now you know about it, and now you can go out. And now you can go out and rent it and whatnot. I personally don't recommend the movie, but maybe it's your thing. So anyway, I will see you guys later.